Hello, welcome to the third part of Video Crack's second Game of Thrones discussion. Last time we spoke about the Starks. We dallianced around several areas from Arya to Jon and Sansa, and back to Bran and his visions. This time we're going to speak about the Targaryens and the Greyjoys with a specific emphasis. I said that very slurred.
Sure, you haven't been drinking it.
Yeah,
sure.
I don't know. On the fact that Daenerys could be the new big bad of Game of Thrones.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Boom, boom, boom.
Right. I know.
Jon is jumping in there.
Yeah. I know not everyone was. I think people thought it was a little bit weird that she sort of just disappeared once they left. What's it called?
Very Dothrak or something like that.
Yeah, Phase Dothrak. There we go. We're probably not saying it right. Once they resolve that, and she's got every
Dothraki
Khalasar with her now. She's literally fulfilling the wish. No, it is the prophecy. The car that will mount the world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Stallion.
The stallion that will mount the world. He will turn the entire world into his. The entire world will be his Khalasar.
Yeah.
And that she is fulfilling that. She has taken every Khalasar.
The whole speech. Will you give it to me?
Yeah. And she has that epic speech, and it is very conquery, evil. Not evil, but
especially
you mentioned it did turn you on.
You mentioned it last time. The way she phrased it as well. It wasn't like you're doing this for me. Like, I'm conquering. It's like I'm not going to give you these lands. You are my army. You will give me back my throne. Yeah.
So
it'll be my kingdom.
Well,
that's
how you will kill all these men in their
armor. How has she always spoken before though? It's like, oh, we will free the people. That you are free to do as you wish. All this. Yeah, but it's just the way she spoke about it. It didn't. Yeah, she was really just.
She's turned in a way. She's given up on being a fair ruler. No. She just wants to be.
That's because before she was speaking to the people in Marine, and this time she's speaking to the Dothraki. That's all she knows their language. That's how she talks to them.
I reckon this was the last straw. I hope it was as well. In terms of her arc, I think this would be quite cool for her direction. Like, she's tried time and time again.
Yeah, because it's like what she said, all the struggles she's had in Marine. I think that was the whole thing about building her character and like her understanding of things.
Trying to be
all
a fair
the counselling,
ruler.
Everything. It's just everything is going back in her face. Like, no one is happy. She's like done everything great, and then one thing goes wrong. Like, one guy tries to assassinate her, and then what? No, she kills someone for not following her rules, but everyone was like, no, because a slave killed the master.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, everyone has to be fair judgment.
Yeah.
But everyone obviously disagrees. It's just like, I can't do anything right. So it's like,
you're all bending to my will now.
You will conquer the world for me. Yeah. It's like, I've got the power. I've got my dragons. You follow me, is what it is.
Well, here's a question. What makes a villain in Game of Thrones? Now, I ask this question because
they're unlikable.
Just the unlikability of them.
I think that's what makes a villain in Game of Thrones.
I really like Ramsay.
Well, because I'm saying it like this: Ned Stark.
You're a fucking weirdo, Adam. That's why.
Ned Stark beheaded the man because he ran away from the war, broke his oath.
But he explained that you understood that he was bound by the law.
Yeah, no, I understand this, but he did theoretically a villainous act.
But the thing is, right, what it goes down to is their intentions, and what me and John are saying is that she's now turning into a selfless person from her speech. Ned Stark was always doing it for Robert. He wasn't exactly... He was never selfish, he was always bound to doing his duty.
He was bound by honour, in the idea, and that's what he ultimately was his fall.
All these people that are dislikable are selfish beings, like how Stannis has always been about himself, like he wants the throne, like he killed his brother, he's selflessly murdered his own daughter to get what he wants.
Again, that his arc being that he was trying to follow honour and law, but really he was using selfish and conniving and an honourable means to achieve it.
It boils down to their wants, their goals, what's driving them. If it's selfless need, and I remember watching that speech that Daenerys gave, and it did seem very slight change in tone and like.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't like her anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's necessarily a bad guy. Well,
it just fuels the theory that she's becoming. She could becoming the big bad.
Do you think then that? No, I'm not going to go for it yet. I'm going to save it. Save it for part 4, guys. Part 4.
Oh, you tease! No, but we're talking about Dany. Let's talk about Dany. What did you want to say?
I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to lift my skirt up a little bit, show a bit of flesh.
Well, what else?
And then I'm putting it straight back down.
Okay. All right. So do you want to talk about the Greyjoys then?
Is there anything?
No. Where do you think Dany's? Let's talk about the short term. Where do you think Dany's going next? She's got her Khalasar. She's marching back to Marine. What is happening next?
She's going to kill the Masters.
No, because she's got Tyrion there. Tyrion's.
No, she's going to come in and overrule Tyrion. She's going to be like, no, the Masters are dying.
Why though? Because he set up what
appears
to be
because I don't think she won't agree with it.
But it appears to be working so far.
I don't think Tyrion.
Well, we haven't seen that much of it.
I don't think Tyrion will disagree with her killing all the Masters. I think he made that deal. He took the deal because that's the only thing he could do at that time. Yeah. But I think if she turns up and says,
"Yeah, no," if they have some power behind them, they have an army. They don't exactly have anything to say much about it.
So I don't think Tyrion will. I think Tyrion's fine with that. I think he's like, no, these guys are terrible people. Like. Happy, take him out.
It would be a problem solution. It would please the masses.
I think you're misunderstanding Daenerys. I think when she comes back, she will be back to her usual self.
Isn't that a bit boring?
That's what I don't want to happen. Yeah, it is the way you said it as well. It's just like, but we've seen this for 6 years.
Yeah, she hasn't progressed then.
Well,
I would like to see a big character change.
I know she's got an army of Dothraki to go alongside her army of Unsullied.
That's not a change for her, though, is it? That's a change of her situation.
Yeah, but if the character's constantly changing, you don't really know who they are.
It's not constantly changing.
Stannis had a very consistent.
No, because we're watching things like the world change around her and her reaction to it. We understand her character development because
she's constantly changing. She's going to end up going off the rails. Like watching her react.
That's the whole thing. Then it can go into the whole Targaryen bloodline craziness, madness.
Well, yeah, no, she's not necessarily mad. I don't think, but I think. I guess really,
it can lead into that though. But it's all just.
Well, I think the cool thing they could kind of do is imply that it's not necessarily that the Targaryens had a sour bloodline and that they were doomed to turn mad. It's that in this world, if you want to rule, you have to rule with an iron fist.
Yeah. You can't. The way the world works, you can't because it goes back. Going back to Jon Snow, it's like the look on his face when he was leaving the Night's Watch. It was like just agony and just exhaustion. Like I've done everything. I've given my life. I'm dead. I'm not. Well, I've given my life to the Watch. I can't. It's just I saw that and I was like,
if we're gonna have sort of a George Lucas sort of the poetry and rhyme of it moment. In a sense, Daenerys represents in a Song of Ice and Fire. Daenerys represents the fire, and Jon's the ice. They both had very similar situations in which they rose to command.
What they thought is right, they've given everything to it, and it's not worked.
And Jon Snow's in the end said, I'm just gonna leave. I can't be asked." And Daenerys, after reaching the bottom, has been like, "No, you're all under my fucking domain now.
Yeah,
you fuck up anymore, and I will kill you all."
But at the same time, Jon necessarily hasn't given up. He's found a way to adapt, hasn't he? He's gone with Sansa now to claim other things.
Yeah, fair point, I suppose. But no, the poetry breaks, but
you know what I mean. Like his brothers, like everything that he's been about this entire story, the Night's Watch, like it's just his logic behind everything. Just no one sees it. The people that are in this world, they're just so blindsided about their honor and all this stuff. He's given everything. Just this whole wildling situation. It's just been thrown back in his face. Even just when the boy gives him those final.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything. I thought you were meaning when he was being hanged.
Oh no!
What was he called?
Ollie.
Ollie just stares him down.
Ollie.
Yeah.
Ollie.
Just both times when he stabs him and when Ollie just says nothing, it's just like. Fucking hell, Ollie! Get it through your thick skull. It's like, and then that's it. He's got to give up on that, and his Sansa's come on his doorstep, and he's like, all right, I've got to sort this shit out. Like, I've got to save my brother, because we've got to work together. Because the bigger threat. If these people won't work for me, it's like
To sort of counter what you said, Sean, though, then that he broke our sort of beautiful poetic insight into the Song of Ice and Fire. No, but I mean. Jon Snow's story would have he would have just walked away from the Night's Watch and left, sort of showing the opposite of Daenerys' story, if it wasn't for the White Walkers and their threat, and that he's not taking command and becoming the head of an army to take control of a nation. He's doing it to prevent the extinction of everyone.
Yeah, but I still think there's plenty of poetry between the two. Like, Jon has left the Night's Watch in a fairly stable state as well. Like, he's done that now. He's walked away. He's manned other castles. He's left the best good. Now he's going to get other things. He's moving on. Like, he's put something right and he's left it. But Daenerys hasn't moved on. She hasn't moved on to where she's meant to be. She stayed and conquered.
Yeah,
so
the last time she moved on was so long ago with all the Dothraki and then all the other cities she's gone through.
So what do you think? Sean and Adam, what do you think is going to happen when she returns to Meereen with her Dothraki horde?
Yeah.
The ultimate Dothraki horde, every single Dothraki ever.
The Greyjoy is going to be waiting for her, and they're going to go back to Westeros.
Next episode, are you thinking?
Do you think what do you think the situation will be with the Masters?
I don't think she's going to pay much thought. I think she's going to say to him, "Look, guys,
this is your city now. I've got to give a shit anymore."
Yeah.
I'm mirroring Jon Snow's.
Yeah.
Leaving of
okay, yeah.
Poetic.
Yeah.
Poetic readjusted.
It's poetry. It rhymes.
Pretty much.
Reinforcing. Oh,
yeah, I can see that, definitely.
I thought she's gonna get them all one place together and then fly the dragon over and burn them. I don't think that story now is going to be as big as you guys are potentially alluding to it possibly being. I think it's going to be dealt with very swiftly, very quickly. It's either going to end up with a bang or a very just swept under the rug.
You are correct, because that's the way the TV show sort of has to operate.
Think about how long it took for Jon Snow to come back. Was it like 3 or 4 episodes?
Two.
Well, it felt like 4.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when the show fucks up. Is when it drags things
2
out.
whole episomes where he wasn't alive. He only came back at the end of the second.
Yeah.
And then there was a whole
But I'm going to combine the two now. From what you've said, I'm on your side now on what you say.
I have to say,
she's going to come back with the horde,
Just
not necessarily next episode, but for the rest of the season. She's going to come back. She's going to sack. She's not going to sack Meereen. She's going to She's going to walk in and say, "Oh, Tyrion's going to walk up to her. What do you want to do? Take control, please. I can't fucking handle this." Yeah. She's going to kill the Masters. It's like, okay, and then she's going to fucking, alright, I'm off. Before they've even died, before the order's gone out, she's just going to leave and take the fucking horde.
We've got 3 episodes left, and Daenerys. We've got 2 seasons after this.
Though. Adam, from your point of view, sort of opposing the rest of us, what do you think? Where do you think Dany's story is going? After she's got the entire horde, she's got Drogon, she's riding Drogon now. Because the whole point of that, not the whole point, sorry. What's been going on with her and her dragons is that as they've been maturing, sort of hitting adolescence, is that she's lost control of them. But now she's riding the biggest and most unruly one of them. She's in control of her dragons now, and she's got an entire Dothraki horde. The Dothraki behind her. What do you think's going to happen next?
Well, because of that, I don't think she needs to rule with an iron fist.
Okay.
Because she's even more intimidating. She's even more imposing. Come back with a horde of Dothraki. Like you keep saying, the entire Dothraki.
Yeah.
You piss her off, she comes back stronger.
Yeah.
So the Masters are just going to bow to her will. She don't need to kill them all.
Oh, okay. I could see it happening that way.
People. She's just going to walk through the doors of Meereen and say, "Bitches, please."
But that's not.
And then, like you say, the Greyjoys will come with their 1,000 ships, and they'll make their way to Westeros.
But you see, like with the way you've described it, I could see it definitely going that way. But her character wouldn't have grown or changed because of that. Like she literally the world is just bowing to her, and she's stayed the same.
I know what you mean.
If that had changed her, I'd probably lose a bit of respect for her.
No, because that's blind stubbornness. That's not.
It's not stubbornness if you believe your way is right and it works. If she didn't have to do it and it works, even after with great power comes great responsibility.
But it doesn't work though, does it? She's tried that and she's failed many times, like because she hasn't.
Because the thing is,
try again.
And every time she changes a little bit, it starts to work more. So she became harder.
That's a good point, because every time she's been hard, every time she's burnt, every time she's killed, It's worked for her.
No, it hasn't.
It's
It's
fixed the
spawned
problem.
The harpy.
No,
The golden harpies or whatever.
She took control of the city.
And
That
then-
worked.
and then
She
Riddle-
allowed the masters to live. That didn't work. She showed mercy, and that didn't work. Every time she's used force,
every time she's trying
worked.
to teach them something new, like I'm above all this.
Yeah, when she killed
Sticking to her guns.
the masters, or she killed some masters, one or two or so, she put them all on crosses.
She killed an equal amount to the amount that the masters killed as a display to everyone
and then
else.
the harpies came.
It's
because
not
of that.
Paid by the masters, yeah.
what
But she
it
didn't kill
is.
them all. She took a half measure.
Hank Schrader, half measures versus
Get-
full measures, Adam.
So she's going to come back. She's just not going to kill them. Then she's just going to go with the Greyjoys. After that, just leave Marine with the masters alive.
It's not all the masters that are causing the problem.
Right.
So if she comes back, no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
All right,
No, it's
just
not.
let him finish. Who is the rest of the problem?
Their masters can learn, right? They didn't learn the first time, but doesn't mean they can't learn. She kills them all, then she'll end up in a worse situation.
How?
Because wherever she goes, the town's just going to resist her even. Like, the city will just fight her back. Because the slave... It just... Going around killing all the masters is just as bad as fucking... Well, it's just as bad as the Boltons going around killing everyone. She's not doing any good just by killing all the masters.
Right. Okay, so Dany and Jorah. What did you think about that?
The way they left
She
things.
gave in. Do you think that's a show of feelings for Jorah?
Well,
not
yeah.
necessarily.
It's the feelings that he wants.
Not the net. Yeah.
No.
That's what I meant. Yeah. Feelings for things like because it was pointed out to her, wasn't it? Or was it that basically this guy has been there since her birth? Didn't he help? Yeah, he helped to get out of.
I don't know about
What am I
that. It was
thinking of?
Varys that helped
Right.
Dany and Viserys escape. But
He's
he's been there.
He's counselled her since
He's
since
been
the
there
start.
since
Yeah.
Khal Drogo and all that business.
Like, yes, he
happened.
was feeding information what she's up to, but he was always looking out for the best of her.
Yeah.
She realised that.
No, it's what Tyrion said. This person is incredibly loyal to you.
Yeah.
You can't kill this man. This man lives to serve you, but you can't have him with you anymore.
Yes.
Which, makes sense. But so where do we think Jorah's going then? What?
Well, she sent him to
Find a cure. Yeah.
So, the Citadel, but maybe.
The Citadel.
Yeah, well, that's what
What's the
Stannis.
Where
How
the Maesters
Stannis cured his daughter. All the
Yeah.
Maesters.
Yeah, because he said he got what was it, the same episode, wasn't it? He had
All the
multiple
Maesters.
multiple healers, maesters, but then what happened? How did he? Did you say one of them worked?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
someone fixed it. Someone halted it.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that. I think he may potentially realise that all the stone men go to the ruins of Atlantis, old Valyria,
Looking for the cure.
looking for the cure. And I think Jorah, being wily Jorah, will think they must all go there for a reason. It can't just be exile. Maybe there's a reason.
I thought they all got sent
They're all
there.
drawn there.
Yeah, I thought they all got sent there as well.
Oh,
I
maybe you're right.
Yeah,
with
because
that
it
one.
was just.
Yeah, because they're out
But
the way
I
of
think they
everyone.
said
then.
yeah. It's a.
I
wasteland.
wondered at least if that wasn't where he would go. So that's close geographically. It's quite close to where Daenerys is.
Yeah, because that's what.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
Marine and then down to
It's over here. Marine's over here, and then old
Valyria.
Valeria's here.
Yeah.
I think you remember.
Valeria.
It's not terribly far.
What
compared
used to be
You
in
know,
Valeria
considering
again?
Theon's there, then they
What
could
was
Iron Fleet.
old Valeria? Who used to reside?
Targaryen.
The Targaryen place, wasn't it?
It's where Valyria, yeah.
Yeah, Valyria. Yeah, I just that would be cool, but I don't know how that's going to fit into the plot as a whole. Considering they've got a little bit of, if you've got 3 more episodes and a season to go,
Well, if he went
2 seasons.
2 seasons of 7 episodes,
2
there.
extra seasons.
So a season
So-
effectively,
Yeah, season 8 it'll go to.
but it's going to be
6
7
now.
episodes each.
The finale this season is an extra 10 minutes. That's a big thing.
A lot can happen in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah. But as much as I'd like to see Jorah venture to Valyria and get to see that, and him like fucking killing off
Quite.
stone men zombies,
It was quite cool. That whole.
I don't see how that's going to fit in.
Well, if he went to the Citadel, he might meet up with Sam.
Well, that's what I like sort of because
That would be
And
interesting.
hear about
yeah.
the White Walkers, because I don't know if Daenerys knows about the White
After
Walkers.
Sam, with our previous theory on Sam, if nothing happens for a while, then he's just literally going to be phased out. It'll be
Maybe-
interesting having interaction with.
Maybe
like
Jorah's the one
he-
that brings the hero out in Sam.
I was gonna maybe Jorah's the one that saved Sam from his dad.
Yeah.
mm,
then they're going to talk to each other. Oh, I've got this mate. You know, she represents the fire. Oh, I've got this guy who represents ice.
I don't think they talk in literal terms like that.
I know this Jon Snow guy.
Yeah.
Jon Snow.
I know a guy literally called Jon Snow.
Jon Snow and Daenerys both. They also
Fourth
both
breaking.
have red women created.
I guess they do now.
Because Jon Snow's got the one that was with Stannis, and then the new one.
Oh, ugly ass.
Yeah, but if we're going off what's his face called that was talking to the Hound,
I don't know.
Ian
but,
McShane.
Ian McShane. Yeah.
Ian McShane.
Yeah, that's something we already touched about on gods. Like, oh, I don't know what gods there are.
Yeah, the Red God, the Seven, the Old
The
Gods.
many-faced god.
They're all the same. What do I know?
Maybe they're all one god. Maybe they're all all that shit.
Well, in the books, Euron sort of picked up on that. Anyway, books side. So that was our discussion on Targaryens, Greyjoys.
Yeah.